Welcome to the Conservative Viewpoint, where the truth always matters. I'm your host, Charlie, the Country Conservative. I am your trusted source for hard-hitting conservative news. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Welcome, everyone, to the Conservative Viewpoint. I'm your host, Charlie, the Country Conservative. It's Friday, the day when political arenas heat up like a summer barbecue. As the sun sets on the work week, we gather here to dissect the inner workings of our nation's corridors of power. Tonight, we'll dive deep into the headlines, the debates, and the pulse of conservatism. From tax policy to border security, from free speech battles to energy sovereignty, we'll leave no stone unturned. So grab your favorite mug, fill it with something strong, be it coffee or conviction, and let's embark on this intellectual journey together. Whether you're new to the show or not, welcome. We love having you. This podcast is your trusted source for news, analysis, and unapologetic conservatism. And remember, my friends, subscribing to this podcast isn't just an act of civic duty. It's a declaration of intellectual independence. Hit that notification bell or that follow button or whatever it is, wherever you're tuning in from. We're about to dive deep, head first, into the heart of Friday, where politics meets passion and ideas collide like thunderstorms on the horizon. Now let's get started because the weekend may be approaching, but the political fire burns brighter than ever. Welcome to the Conservative Viewpoint. Hi, everyone. Well, it's Friday, isn't it? Another dollar made and another 50 cents you bring home. But think of it this way. It's the weekend. Time to sit back, relax, get a drink, hit that swimming pool. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show while we hit you up with some few of these topics I got for you guys tonight from throughout the week. Let us know what you think in chat. Let us your voices be heard. That's what we're here for, to get your voices out there so the government knows that we're fed up with them and we're ready for change. So let's get this party started. Hey guys, tonight I've got the first time I figured out I'm able to stream live on Instagram, so we're going to see how that goes. And so I'm going to be looking back and forth between all those. Hi, Billy, Bob, John. How you guys doing tonight? My Wimpkin Warriors are starting to come in. And I'm trying to get some things going here to make sure they're coming up so I can see what's going on, because I've never streamed to Instagram yet, so this is my first time. So welcome if anybody shows up. I didn't get to put anything on there for them, so we'll see what happens. Hi, Alan. What's going on? So we're going to get this party started. Brendan might be in a little bit late. He was out with one of his political people that he works for here in our county. So he said he might be running a little bit late. I think I could press on without him. We'll see what we can do here. It's going to be hard to watch all the comments and get everything, but we'll get to it no matter what. But today, you know what? I'm going to first bring up, and I know you guys aren't going to be surprised by this. Probably not, but you probably already heard about this. Don't fall off your chairs. But the DOJ says it will not prosecute Garland after a House contempt vote. Is anyone surprised by that? Hi, Madeline. Is anybody surprised that the DOJ is not going to prosecute Merrick Garland? Hey, Brendan. I'm here taking care of business right now. Got to make America great for the local levels as well as us. That's what he's up to here. So he might not be home yet, but he'll get here whenever he can. But anyways, we all knew it was coming. We knew when they sent the contempt order over to the DOJ, they said it's not in their practice to convict one of the people from the DOJ. And they are citing executive privilege on the fact of not giving out Joe Biden's audio tapes. Now, what they're doing is they're hiding everything. Right, John? That just proves how corrupt the whole system is. Exactly right. So anybody that gets held in contempt of court, tell them kiss my ass. Because we're gonna cite executive privilege on our own. If they can do it, why can't we? That's bullshit. They could use this to hide evidence from a crime and from a demented idiot that's running a country with a nuclear button in his pocket, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. There's got to be something. I don't know. I haven't heard anything because this just came out around. I got it around a little after 4 o'clock, almost 4:30 or 5 o'clock, somewhere around there. So I haven't got to see anything about the Republicans, if they're going to do anything or not. But it's a bunch of bullshit that they can get away with this stuff. I was just going to post that Brendan, local politics are sometimes even more important than the state, national, especially sheriff. Brendan, yeah, he was working the polls for this guy for this past primary in Pennsylvania. So he texted me earlier today and said that he was going to be out there, and he's probably going to be a little bit late. But he was going to try to jump in here like he did on Wimpkin, so to let him know that he's here and he's still around, but he's just not live right now. But I wanted to get that out to you guys because it's a bunch of crap. And I don't know why I said crap, but it is. It's a bunch of shit that they can pull executive privilege. Yeah, exactly, like Gary Coulter. But executive privilege is fine for the Democrats, but when Trump uses his executive privilege, it's no good. That's not allowed. So what the hell's up with that? It's called political privilege. Yeah. Well, I'm going to be political and say, kiss my ass. We'll just all be political. Just so that the Dementia Joe doesn't think that the red button isn't for calling the nurse and crap herself. Exactly, Dennis. That's hilarious. Oh, but I do got a video, guys. And you might have watched this, but Joe Biden gets lost standing still. Now, you guys probably saw this, and I think this was in D-Day. But I'm going to show you the whole thing, and it's. But you got to watch Joe Biden throughout this whole thing because they show some paratroopers and stuff in this. But watch him, and he's lost. He's clueless. Take a look at this.
Joe Biden.
That is the sorry excuse of a so-called president that I've ever seen. Did you see when he was clapping? Well, he didn't clap because everybody else was clapping. Then all of a sudden he said, "Oh." And then what's with the glasses? They were taking pictures and he just puts the glasses on. I don't even know what's up with that. This man is the sorriest excuse of a person I've ever seen. He should not be up there. There's anything that the Republicans should be able to do to get this sumbitch out of there. I have never seen somebody so pathetic looking in my life. Exactly, Dennis. Me too. That's for sure. Unbelievable. But now, today, it's going to get started with Biden and Zelensky signing a security deal as Ukraine leaders question how long the unity will last. Well, Zelensky only wants unity as long as we continue to give him our taxpayer money. That's my opinion. And we shouldn't be giving them a damn dime. But Biden thinks he's got a blank paycheck. He can do whatever he wants with our taxpayer money. So they signed a 10-year agreement, $50 billion. This is what they were doing in Italy last night, guys, that we were talking about. You said something about Italy. I think, Dennis, you were talking about. You said Italy. We couldn't figure it out. Or Jaws. I can't remember now, but that's what they were doing in Italy. They were signing this stupid agreement. How the hell does he get away with this without getting permission from Congress? But to find out that when they signed that $60 billion spending bill for Ukraine, this was something that they allotted in the bill that nobody was watching. And nobody read this stuff. So now he's just going to throw $50 billion more dollars after the $200 billion he's already given them idiots, and more of our money to fund his money laundering operation. Exactly. That's why we see nothing being done, John. Exactly. And we're dealing with the uniparty. Yep. Oh, yeah, Madeline. His so-called wife is behind everything. And she lets everything happen. And where was she when he was showering with their daughter? Or his daughter, whoever. I don't even know if it's her daughter or not. But where was she when that happened? And Brendan's over there getting on her. That's good. So everybody lets this man get away with all this stuff. No, I don't think any party does, except for the ones that write it, like the Democrats. 10% for the big guy, exactly. They're not doing a very good job of it, Dennis. They're letting this son bitch, he could just write out a contract and sign it with them agreeing to it, and he's supposedly trying to make it so Trump can't reverse it. I'll guarantee he'll figure out a way, though. Showering with the sun. Ooh, that's nasty. Oh, that's nasty. But we're going to get into a little bit of Peter Dosey here, or Dosey, however you want to say it, for Fox News. Oh, you know what? No, I do have a video on them and I don't know why I didn't see that, but on them signing this bill. Watch, just take a look at this real quick.
President Zelensky and I have just now signed that agreement between the United States and Ukraine. Our goal is to strengthen Ukraine's credible defense and deterrence capabilities for the long term. And it's been a horrifying ordeal for the Ukrainian people who are so brave and incredible. It's also been a test for the world. Would we stand with Ukraine? Would we stand for sovereignty, freedom, and against tyranny? The United States, the G7, and countries around the world have consistently answered the question by saying, yes, we will. We will say it again. Yes, again and again and again. We're going to stand with Ukraine.
Наскільки вистачить єдності в світі?
Oh, I think the question has to be for how long the unity will last. the unity in the United States together with the European leaders, how these or those elections will influence this unity. It seems to me that we should look on this exactly this way, to preserve unity, to preserve the integrity of the world, integrity of the democratic world, because if Ukraine does not withstand, the democracy of many countries will not be able to withstand, and I'm sure of that.
By the way, the idea that we had to wait till we passed the legislation overall, even held up by a small majority of our Republican colleagues, was just terrible. And there's a lot more money coming beyond what's already come in the other tranches that are available now that we've passed the legislation. So they'll have what they need and get it there as quickly as we possibly can.
Now, did you hear that? He goes and blames the Republicans. We shouldn't be funding this war. We should not be giving them a dime. And this piece of shit just keeps giving them all of our money. But you know what we could have done with $250 billion? We would not have one true American sleeping on the streets. Nothing. Mental illness could be helped. Everything. Drug problems could be helped. Our southern border could be closed. But no. Not with this piece of shit Democrat Party and that some son of a bitch right there giving our money out. Wag the dog. Oh, speaking of dogs, Jeff, they had an article about Biden's dog. They said, sat there and watched that dog bite the Secret Service agents. Then he blamed the Secret Service agents for the dog biting him. You believe that shit? That wasn't part of the show today, but I had to throw that in there when you said wag the dog. He blamed them for the dog biting them. This is how stupid this idiot is. Zelensky, I'd like to see him. Yeah. And our own citizens are struggling to make ends meet. Exactly right. And Biden doesn't give shit to them. You know how many houses they could have built for our homeless veterans and the people living on the streets? They could have helped, Billy Bob, you're right. They could have helped all of our vets. All you got to do is take a look at the crackheads on California, San Francisco, all them on the streets, living in tents, strung out on whatever the hell that zombie drug is that they're taking. And he's given $200 billion to you, a losing war for that. Ukraine is losing this war, and he's given all the money to them. This is another reason why November is so important. I just can't even stress how important it is. It just dumbfounds me, the stuff that we have to watch and how bad they are ruining this country and leaving our people out to dry. They're giving all these illegal criminals jobs, money, phones, food, everything. But our own people takes a back seat to this bullshit? I don't think so. Exactly, Rowdy. I say the same thing. But they're taking our money. They're not even asking permission. They're just doing it. Everybody thinks this is a blank check and they're going to just keep spending our money and then keep charging us for it. But not if you're liberal. If you're liberal, oh, they're not doing anything wrong. Oh, it's good for that. We need to give it to them. Get the out of here. Oh, yeah. It's going to be some kind of night, I guess. Dogs are a good judge of character. I heard that Biden have been bitten by his own dog before. Yeah, I don't blame him. They need to bite him. But you're going to sit there and watch the dog bite people at his own Secret Service agents and then blame them? This son of a bitch is really demented. Our great-great-grandkids will be paying this back. Oh, most definitely. If they can afford to pay it back. That's the problem. Because Biden has already added over $7 trillion to the deficit. But if you tell an idiot liberal that, oh no, Trump did more. Oh, the hell he did. Biden has almost doubled what Trump did. And by the time he's done, it will be doubled. Ukraine cannot win the war, but that's not the purpose of this war anyways. No, it's not, Dennis. It is not. And I believe it's about the gas rates and the minerals underneath Ukraine, plus the money laundering stuff. And Joe Biden, is part of that. I paid into a system my whole life, which I am not even eligible to any of these benefits of it. Exactly. And that doesn't make sense, does it? You pay your whole life paying Social Security and everything. And then when it comes time to get it, you fight like hell to get it. And then sometimes you don't get it. So it doesn't make any sense. But unfortunately, and I'm not a veteran, so I can't say that, but from personal experience, we're dealing with the VA with family members. They are the most piss poor department to deal with. My wife's uncle was a Marine major and was an alcoholic, and we were trying to get him help. So we took him to the VA, and it took us 2 months to get him into a halfway house for a drug rehab or alcohol rehab. Same thing. And so he stayed up there for 2 weeks. They called us, told him come get him. So we went and got him, brought him home, and I asked him how he was doing. He said, "Oh, I'm fine." He said, "We drank and did drugs the whole week, the whole 2 weeks he was there in a halfway house." And I said, "Then why are you here?" He said, "Well, because they kicked me out." So we brought him home. He got sick again. I called the VA. They said, "Well, we can't do nothing about it. There's no room for him available." A week later, he died. This is the kind of VA we're talking about, taking care of their people, their vets. That is the most pathetic excuse for a department I've ever seen. I broke my leg and was out of work for over 2 years. Wasn't eligible for much. I got 2 kids and nothing else. Now that is a shame. Are you a vet, John? Yes, Madeline, it did get you again. Dennis, Ukraine, and the global center of money laundering, most definitely human trafficking, political corruption, and illegal bioweapons research and development. Exactly right. Ukraine is about the pedos. Everything is about the pedos with this administration. Really, Bob? That's what this whole country's about anymore, with pedophiles. It's disgusting. We owe our veterans more than we owe our politicians. You better believe that stuff is right. But our politicians don't feel the same way. They don't think that veterans deserve anything. And they are the ones that keep this country alive. But no, unless you're Milley, General Milley, and he's a pansy ass, so there should be no homeless veterans in this. We shouldn't have homeless, period, in this country. I thought that was what welfare was for, when you're down and out on your luck. And I know it's supposed to be supplemental and not living a life on it like most of these lazy ass people do. But it is supposed to help people. So we should not have homeless in this country at all. We are supposed to be the greatest country on this planet. But when you look at the homeless, especially in drunken Grandma Pelosi's district, she got the biggest drug homeless population, period. I think you could put a whole state in her county that's homeless. It's so pathetic. Oh, I didn't know he had a good dog, Madeline. Has good taste and smell. Yeah, well, he can bite the right people. Bite Joe Biden. Zelensky has dirt on the Biden's name. Oh, most definitely, Dennis. Most definitely. Nobody's going to do this much. I think they all do. I think China does. I think Russia does. I think Ukraine. I think you're right. But I think they all have something on Joe Biden, because he bends over backwards and frontwards for him and takes one in the rear from all these countries. And we, the taxpayers, are the ones that have to bail him out. And yet the Republicans do nothing about it. That's where I have a problem with. Putin was cleaning up the mess from biolabs and other crap. Putin cleaning up a lot more than that. He just wants Ukraine for the gas. And that's what we talked about yesterday with the pipeline 2 that got blown up. Nord Stream pipeline 2 that got blown up supposedly by us. He wants it all. And he takes it in both ends. I can believe that too, John. But I mean, this is all because you see it. All you got to do is look. And when you try to explain this to these idiot liberals out there, and yes, I'm mentioning these idiot liberals a lot because of the fact they can't wake up and see the truth. They want to sit there and argue with me on Twitter and Facebook and tell me I'm wrong when I show them all the proof. You know, and all they got to do is look it up what I tell them, and they don't do it. But he should be here, Pat. But he's out with a political friend tonight, working on some stuff. But he's on chat somewhere. He's been on Wimpkin with all you guys. Holy shit, I can't believe you people. You sound like Democrats. Leave my fucking wallet alone. Fuck it, I'm done. Hey, that's Biden for you. Biden's going to take your wallet and everything in your wallet. Rowdy, that's just the way they are. Too long texting all the countries that have dirt on the Biden crime family. You're right. Every country's got something on Joe Biden, and that's why he's doing what he would. He wouldn't let China run that balloon across our country, across our military bases, and take pictures of everything at our military bases so they can get info on that stuff. He would not have had an open border. He would kick the Chinese people out and keep them out of here. He wouldn't have let them buy property in here. He wouldn't let them set up those police stations. You guys know about the police stations, right? Let me know, guys, in chat if you don't know about that or not. But you know about the police stations. They have police stations set up all over the place. They have a couple of them in New York. All over the place. Right, they don't pay taxes. So he lets all these countries get away with it. Now we've got terrorists coming in across the border, but he doesn't shut the border down. So what's that tell you guys? He doesn't shut the border down. He knows that known terrorists are crossing the border. And I didn't get to, Dan Bongino showed how many terrorists were caught at the border under Trump. And it was like, if I can remember, I didn't get a download that today. It was like 15 under Trump. There was 3 of them under Trump. They were all low. But then under Biden, we went from like 12 or 15 under Trump to 81 to 196 to 80 just this year. 80 already, and it's only June. I think it was 80. I think it was 80. And this is only June. So what's going to happen between now and January when he's the hell out of here? It's going to get worse. Knowing, and that's the problem I have with it. He knows it's happening. They all know it's happening, and they are allowing this to happen. They don't care. And this is what I try to keep telling these people. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. They don't care about anyone. As long as you vote for their dumbasses, this is what's going to keep going. So that's why we have to change stuff come November. So we got to talk to people. You got to get registered people. And Dan Bongino go 10-10-10 rule. He talks to some, texts to people, and get 10 people to register to vote for Republicans before November comes up. Because we have to get this done. It's just, there's not a doubt about it. We have to win this election. No doubt about it. So do whatever you guys can do. That's why me and Brendan do this show, and we do our videos and stuff to get people to wake the hell up. And it's sure to hell not winning on these liberal idiots out there, because I've tried over and over again, and they just want to call you a liar and stuff. So that's what we have to put up with, I guess. Exactly. That's the way I took it, but Rowdy might have left too. because he said he's out of here. So I don't know if Rowdy's still there or not. Rowdy, you still with us, man? We can't help with spending your money. I need a new car or a truck, whatever. Give me that credit card. That's what Joe Biden will be telling you. Now, all right, well, let's move on. Peter Dulce from Fox News. He wrecked Joe Biden with his brutal takedown. And now Peter is one of few reporters who will tell the truth about Joe Biden. That doesn't win him any points with the Democrat Party. But Biden sought to appropriate the heroism of the American people who stormed the beaches of Normandy and passed it off to Ukraine's and their controversial President Zelensky, despite the fact that American taxpayers went further into debt to fund Biden's failing war in Ukraine to the tune of $200 billion. Biden found it necessary to grovel before Zelensky and apologize for the fact America First conservatives held up passage of the latest $61 billion Biden plan to flush down the drain in Ukraine. Now, Biden apologized for those weeks of not knowing what was going to pass in terms of funding, and because we had trouble getting the bill that we had to pass. We had the money in it, Biden says, but he told Zelensky in front of a group of reporters and some of our very conservative members, and you heard it in that video, who were holding it up, but we got it done finally, Biden added. You know, just like a typical Biden, blaming others for his failures. What president apologizes to any country for anything that our country does? Definitely not a strong president. And Joe Biden is the weakest president we've had ever in this country. And this is when I started talking about the $200 million or what we could do for our homeless and stuff. And this piece of shit just keeps giving money after money to all these countries and not our people. And that's what pisses me off the most. And not helping our people. And we see our people every day suffering because they can't afford to put food on their tables because of Joe Biden. Oh, okay. We sound like Democrats. No, we're talking about the Democrats and what they're doing. Come on, Rowdy. Don't even go there. Ben Franklin said, people must be uncomfortable in their poverty to want to get out of it. I guess so, Dennis. I guess that is a good quote from him. I guess if you're not, well, even the people that have welfare, they're comfortable in it. They live pretty good lives on welfare. I see people when they would, can eat steaks and everything like that, and it's like, geez and peas, are you kidding me? They can buy stuff that I would love not to have to pay for. How come when Trump needed $8 billion for the wall, we didn't have to put it all of a sudden? Oh, exactly. Exactly right. He had to script and fight tooth and nail just to get money to secure our country. But all Zelensky's got to do is bend over at the knees, and Biden gives him what he wants. And that is pretty sad, isn't it? I don't know if anybody can answer that, John, because this is just exactly, because they were talking about that too, John. He's saying, I'm not saying we should give our money away, but letting politicians steal it instead of taking care of our own citizen is much worse. You're damn right, because of the fact there is no accountability for a dime of that money that's going to Ukraine. None. Zero. They don't know where this money's going. There was just an article the other day I read about it, and we had so much other stuff that I didn't even get it put in there. But they have no accountability on this money. None. They don't know where it's going. They don't know where it's being spent. It's supposed to be allotted for weaponry and stuff like that, but instead they do know of it's paying the retirement of these Ukrainian politicians They do know that part. But for the rest of it, they don't know where that money's going. And if you guys are wondering who's not on Wimpkin, I'm looking at the chats. And since none of you other guys seem to be wanting to chat with us, and my Wimpkin warriors are chatting, that's where I'll go. So you guys from the other places start chatting so we can let your voices be heard too. That's what we're here for. To get the voices out, get your frustrations out, let the government know that you're pissed off. And you're tired and fed up and tired of their tyrannical acts, and we're going to change that come November. What did Obama apologize for, Madeline? I can't think off the top of my head right now. But Obama, yeah, he's just a racist. He's just racist bitch too. I can't stand him, and I did vote for him, believe it or not, the first time when I was still a Democrat. His first term, I voted for him, and after that, I went to Republican. I stayed a Democrat on paper, but I started voting for Republicans after that. But I don't remember his apology tour. Can't remember that. I don't remember much about Obama, so the very idea I should give up any of my money to someone in D.C. because they can spend it more prudently is both stupid and insulting. James, you are right. You are exactly right. Uh-oh, she's here. I gotta make a comment. Hold on a second. And promote the general welfare. Yeah. And that's why the welfare, we should not have people going hungry when we have welfare. But I've noticed a few people that have tried to apply for the welfare in this country, and they had trouble getting it. But if you're a lazy ass bum and want to make a living on it, you can get it with no problem. Have your kids. We'll give you more food stamps. Here you go. Oh, here's money for rent. No problem. Here you go. Here's for your bills. Oh, car insurance. Okay, you need that money for that. Oh, yeah. They'll give that shit up real quick if you're a lazy ass bum. But if you're somebody that got screwed over by these Democrats, lost their jobs because companies can't afford to pay $20 an hour for you to flip burgers, so they lay you off, and you wanted to work, but they can't afford it now, so they're automating everything. But you go to try to get welfare, and they say no. So what happens? You go homeless. I just don't understand the mindset of this government right now. I did hear that somewhere. I think Dennis said something about that yesterday about Zelensky buying something up like hotel or something, or maybe he said it the other day. Somebody said something about that. I didn't know if it was true. I didn't get a look into it. Ah, okay, Dennis. I got what you're going with now. Pat says, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility. I don't know if it was even possible to have domestic tranquility right now. I think we got to work our way back to that. I wrote that earlier. I tried to get assistance because my leg broke. Yeah. And I don't understand that a bit, John. That is so dumbfounding to me. He apologized for all the atrocities America did to breed. Oh, that's we do not commit atrocities. If we committed atrocities under him, well, he can apologize for himself, not for us, because he would be the cause of all that stuff. He caused enough racial divide in this country. It's unbelievable. Zelensky has like 3 yachts, multiple. I do know that. I do know about the yachts and 1 mansion. I'm not sure how many jets he had. Really, I did not know about jets, but I did know about the mansion and the yachts. But the 3rd yacht, he went in partners with somebody else. So that we can almost guarantee that's where our money's going to. for that kind of stuff. So how can you just blindly give a country money and not keep track? Because these are supposedly loans that he's supposed to pay back when after they get back and win a war that they're not going to win. So that tells me that's not going to ever happen. So now we're going to get into this next one with Biden. And Chairman Brian Steele subpoenaed 15 Biden administration officials over Biden Bucks documents. Now, if you know what this Biden Bucks document is, this is where Biden is using federal agencies for election purposes. And now he's using taxpayer money for personal gains when it comes to elections. For one, it's illegal, and nobody's doing anything about it except for this guy subpoenaing them to find out what they're doing. They're trying to register people to vote with federal agencies. Right, John. Yes, he did. Yes, they did. Now, he did an executive order as another attempt by the Biden administration to tilt the scales ahead of 2024 because they are using all the federal agencies. And I think all 15 of these guys were from different federal agencies. And they're using them to make phone calls to register people to vote. That is illegal. KJP is not even allowed to talk about the election at the podium. How the hell is he going to use federal agencies? And it was on another email that I got today of all the agencies, and it broke it down to each one of the who got subpoenaed, and they're all from different agencies, and they're using these taxpayer dollars to do this while they're on duty. How the hell do they get away with that? Okay, Madeline, gotcha. Between hope and change. Obama agenda was to divide and weaken America. He did that. Now he's a third-term president. Oh, most definitely. This is just a carryover, Dennis, from Obama because they're trying to keep the racial divide up. When we talked to yesterday about the IDs and these Democrats saying that the blacks can't get IDs because they're black. How the hell how do you even say that to people? If people would look and stop calling people by the skin color, this country would be so much better off. We're all Americans. We're not black American. We're not Chinese American, Asian American, whatever the hell it is. We're Americans. You stop that. Leave your nationality off of job applications and everything. You're an American, not white American, black American, Mexican American, whatever you are. If you stop calling people by their skin colors, your shit would change. But nobody can get that off their heads right now. And the Democrats are the party of racism. They're the party of the KKK. Look it up, people. Jim Crow, all that shit. And black people still vote for them. I don't understand why. I can't get it through this stupid skull of mine. It's my thick skull. It just doesn't comprehend. I don't know why. Israel's having a tough time right now. And I don't even know if I do have that in there. But I might not get to it today, but that's okay. But Israel's having a tough time with Hezbollah and everything, nailing them with rockets and stuff. But I do want to get you into the guys AOC, the dumb shit that she is, but we're going to go here first. Oh, Obama had his, oh yeah. Obama definitely has his hand somewhere. Here, let me find it. Come on, stupid thing. Come on. Let me find it here. There it is. Obama's got his hands where it's right supposed to be, right there on him. Exactly, Tammy. That's all we have to hear is they want to keep talking about black people can't do that. The one that got me, guys, if you heard it or not, was when they said that black people don't know what a computer is. Did you guys hear that part? They don't know what a computer is. How? That should piss everybody off. How can you even say this about people? It doesn't matter what color their skin is. Everybody knows what a computer is. Pretty much, they probably know how to work a computer better than half these people in the government. And they have enough balls to sit there and say they don't know what a computer is, but they can't get an ID. And these people keep voting for them. I'm pretty sure I'm hoping that they've woke up now and saw how bad this Democrat Party is. If not, I'll keep reminding you. Don't worry about that. So now I'm going to talk about AOC. I don't even think I got down there. I'm not even talking. Well, you know what? I'll breeze through that. I got to anyway. A CBS poll shows that they are saying that the country is divided. 61% say it's divided. 45% say it's declining. 37% says it's weak. And 15% says it's a strong economy. I'd like to know who the hell this 15% is that says this economy is strong. You don't own a computer, John. You just own your phone? Kathy Hochul. Oh, she's a twit. I can't even stand it. John, what the hell is a computer? But CBS polls, they broke it down into Democrats and Republicans on the economy. Now, this just came out yesterday, I believe it was. So this is what the Democrats believe. 58% of the country says, or 58% of Democrats say the country's divided. Okay, we're good with that one. Now, this started back in the Obama era now. 28% said it's declining. Only 28%. 25%, get this, said it's strong. Democrats said 25% of these Democrats, they didn't say how many people took this poll or anything like that. They just said 25% say it's strong. Who the hell are these idiots kidding? 21% it said it's weak, and 20% says it's prospering. Are these people nuts or what? Anybody thinks that this country's prospering, they're idiots. Now, Republicans say 58% says it's divided. 58% said it's declining. 49% say it's weak. 11% says it's united. Those are rhinos. If you think this country is united, you're nuts. 9% says it's strong, and 7% say it's prospering. I don't know where they get these people from, but the first couple were right. But this country is not in good shape. And if you believe it, you're an idiot. So we're going to skip over Pennsylvania because they're saying that Pennsylvania is going to be the ones that choose who's going to be president this year in November. Because they say Joe Biden won by 80,000 votes. I don't believe that shit because they ended up stopped counting ballots just like that. And 80,000 votes is only 1.17% of Pennsylvania. So I do not believe that a bit. That he won by 80,000 votes. I just can't believe that a bit. Now we're going to get to AOC. And I am no fan of AOC, but she is so desperate. She is stooping to fear-mongering. If you guys saw this or not, I don't know. That's funny, Pat. But yeah, she's using fear-mongering on Trump's re-election. It shows how desperate she is. I want you to take a look at this video and see what they said that she said. And, oh, it's hilarious. Take a look at this.
Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez says Trump may throw her in jail if he wins, calling him, quote, nuts, telling the American people to take him at his word. But President Biden has been doing everything that Democrats are accusing Trump of doing, including opening the border, making America vulnerable, directing social media companies to censor information, using the DOJ to go after political opponents, and driving spending which, of course, caused 40-year high inflation. So that's the Biden agenda, and yet the New York Times, in their news section, not even in their op-ed, has this list of stuff, Liz Peek, that they claim Trump is going to do if he wins.
Yeah.
And by the way, should we completely lose, are they losing the fact that there's, and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez claims that Trump is going to throw her in jail. Liz, that's exactly what they're doing to Trump right now. So,
Absolutely.
I mean, is the New York Times not even noticing what they're writing in terms of everything they're writing about that they've already done to Trump?
Now you see, and this is the latest drama coming out of Washington, D.C. Democrat Ocasio-Cortez, she is a twit beyond twit. She needs to go back to bar wenching. But her big ass mouth, strident opinions, the AOC is now expressing fears that Trump would put her in jail. Do it. But if you didn't do anything wrong, you can't go to jail if you're a Democrat. And only if you're a Republican is where they make stuff up like they're doing to Trump. So, but you shouldn't have to worry. Trump's not going to do that. If you're not doing something wrong, you're safe. But you got a guilty conscience, so you definitely have done something wrong. So I say goodbye, assholes. Go to jail. Oh, yeah, Joe Biden and Mitch McConnell. I think he might be as bad as Joe Biden. And I want you to watch this quick video of him. I want you to see how corrupt this man is. He's so decrepit, it's unreal. Take a look at this.
Did he say anything about you?
Nope. Did you talk to him directly? Huh? Did you talk to him directly?
Yeah, we shook hands a few times. He took questions from the audience, and it was an entirely positive session.
What was his message?
Did you talk about his conviction? You had to say to him, Senator?
Now, he's as decrepit as could be. I think he's as bad as Joe Biden is. But yes, guys, AOC was scared over Pelosi's coup that she was going to get molested. I know. Who the hell want to molest that donkey face? Oh, my God. She's scary as hell. I'm scrolling through my stuff here so I can get you guys some good stuff here. She said it because she knows that Trump has a cell for her in Gitmo. I hope so, Billy Bob. I hope to God they do, because these Democrats need to be held accountable for all the illegal stuff that they've been doing. And it's just unreal. Turtle doesn't look so good. Mitch, he is worthless. And you saw those, Jeff. You saw a couple of times that he froze up on TV. And, I mean, he just didn't move during a press conference. And they had to pull him off the stage because he just froze. I mean, I think he had a mini stroke. I honestly do. Only sane person that would molest AOC would have to use a stick. Yeah, I wouldn't touch that. Oh, no. Oh, hell no. No. She needs to go back to New York and be a bar wench. I don't even think she was good at that. And, she couldn't even balance a checkbook before she got into government, and they put her on the finance committee. How the hell does that work? I don't know how the hell that works. That's crazy. All right, guys, we're going to go into a vice president from the Border Patrol Union says that Biden's border policy that he just put in place is putting more migrant children in danger. We talked about this yesterday a little bit about where's those 86,000 children that Joe Biden trafficked all over the country. Well, now there's more children coming in here, and the families of these children go through the cartels, and they pay the cartels to get these children over here. And now they're sitting there saying that there's like 400 to 600 kids a day coming through here with no parents at all. And we're supposed to take care of these kids. So petite malls Yeah, it could have been a petit mal because he didn't make any eye movements or anything like that, Dennis. I didn't see that. But he could have had a mini stroke and still be functional. So that's why I was thinking with that too. So I don't know, but there's something wrong with that man. Most definitely. But I want you to watch this video about these, and I believe this Border Patrol agent is talking anonymously because they were told that they're going to get fired if they're caught talking negative about the Biden administration. Take a look at this.
The Biden administration refuses to call the growing number of unaccompanied minors on the southern border a crisis, although documents uncovered by Axios indicate the White House already knows border resources are overwhelmed. Internal documents from the Department of Health and Human Services show the number of child migrants crossing the border last week surged to an average of 321 children per day, compared to just 47 per day during the last days of the Trump administration. Texas Congressman Michael McCall told Fox that the White House has sent the wrong signal to child traffickers.
I'm just telling you, the green light is on now. We're open for business again, and it is the worst message to be sending to the traffickers who are smuggling these kids across the border. To see a 45% spike will take us back to the Obama administration.
Now, see, this stuff has got to stop because you can't traffic too many more kids around here and try to lose them. You're right, John. You don't have to know anything about politics or anything. If you know people, and I think AOC's from a small town or a small part of New York anyway, so if you got a handful of people vote for her, that's why she won. And I think that she said that she's winning, she's running again. And I hope to God they get her out of there. Because I don't know if she was from Queens or where she was representing or nothing like that, because I don't pay attention to her. She's a twit. He didn't have any residuals. It was a stroke. Well, mini strokes, some people do not have any residuals from it. Only when you have a full stroke. So that's what a TIA is. You probably already know that. You go from medical person to from an attorney too, Dennis. I like that. I wonder how many of them vitamin family 5 has molested. Oh shit. We've seen so much of that, it's unreal, guys. Yeah, maybe more. Yeah, maybe Commander could have bitten AOC too. That would have been all right. They may be using kids for endocrine. Oh, yeah, you talked about that before. Somebody is running against her, John. Good, and I hope they win. Tina Forte is running against AOC. Man, you gotta talk her up, man. Is she a Democrat or is she a Republican? That's it. As long as she runs against her, that's all that matters. Now, I was talking about Hezbollah. I'm going to get that to you guys real quick. Hezbollah was bombing the hell out of Israel. And the only reason they're attacking them is because they're Jews. And I have a problem with that. Biden is a stroke. That's for sure. Take a look at this video of the bombing that these terrorists did against Israel again. Take a look at this. Now you see that stuff? This is what Israel's putting up with just because they are Jewish. And this stuff has got to this stuff's got to stop. But yeah, I think John, somebody mentioned about, have you heard any money going to Israel to help them fight this terrorist attacks that they're getting against them? No, I haven't. I haven't heard anything about weaponry going to Israel to help them out, anything like that. And John says the Israelis can take care of themselves. They are a good fighting force. You got that right. They are definitely that way. And Tammy says she's a real go-getter, full of fire. And we're talking about that Tina Forte that's running against AOC. And I hope she wins. I do. I'd love to see her get out of there. The attacks on Israel are most likely orders from Obama, and I'm not joking. No, I can believe that. I can believe that. And Israel is one of our biggest adversaries, they are our allies. I'm sorry. And I can believe that Biden would do that. AOC proves that anyone can achieve an American dream, even a low-life, low-intellect communist tramp bartender who thinks she's smart, yeah, and relevant. Yeah, she is definitely not relevant or smart. She shows how stupid she is every time she opens her mouth, because every witness she's ever questioned, they've nailed her to the wall on stuff, and then she just leaves dumbfounded. Because she is dumb as hell, Dennis. You are right. And there is no doubt about it. You hit that right on the head. She is dumb as a box of rocks. And this is the kind of people that we got running our country. And hopefully the people of New York sees that and votes for this Tina Forte. So they believe she's conservative. Tina Forte, I hope you are a conservative. And I hope everybody from New York votes for her. Get AOC the hell out of there. She's a twit, needs to go back bar hopping. But hell, now she's a millionaire now. She's been taking bribes from the, what do they call them? Oh, shoot. Lobbyists. So she's a millionaire now. You know, you go in there on $150,000, $175,000 a year job, and you come out millionaire. I think she's worth $2.some million now. So what the hell? She doesn't need it. All right, guys. That's all the time we have for you tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. If you have any questions, complaints, comments, or suggestions about the show, please leave them in the comment sections. We take criticism well, so we just want to improve the show for you guys so you guys enjoy it and get involved and engaged, just like the Wimpkin Warriors. They're great because without you guys, we won't have a show. And I want to thank everybody, you guys, for helping us out tonight and helping me out. The time went really quick, and I love that. It was awesome. I can't thank you guys enough. So with that, guys, I'll leave you with this. So there you have it, my fellow conservatives. As the sun dips below the horizon, let's wrap up this week's podcast with a call to action. Remember, the battle of ideas doesn't end here. It's merely a pause in the symphony of democracy. So, my friends, stay informed, stay engaged, and stay unapologetically conservative. Until Monday, this is your host, Charlie, signing off. Keep your convictions strong, your debates respectable, and your love for liberty unwavering. Good night, everyone. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you on Monday.